今天送孩子去冰球时，接触到了这么一个特殊的冰球群体——雪橇冰球队，也从他们的 Facebook 上看到了这个真实的故事。我要把它记录在我的频道中，分享给大家，也给我的孩子们看。
My name is Ryan Straschnitzki. I'm from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I first got into hockey when I was about 4 years old. My dad got me into the sport. He's a diehard Calgary Flames fan, and so at the age of 16, I moved away to go play midget AAA hockey and try and pursue my career that way to make the jump to Junior A. And my 17-year-old year, I ended up playing a little bit of Junior A hockey. And then obviously I got traded to Humboldt that year, and we had a good season. I developed as a person, and I developed as a hockey player as well. The coach out in Humboldt cared more about the person you were versus the hockey player you were. And he kind of instilled that in all of us as being a good person around the community and always giving back. And that's something I'll always remember, and something I cherish with me today. When I was in Humboldt and the accident happened, I remember the day. I remember it happening, and a lot of people don't remember it. And for me, remembering everything that happened was going to the intersection, and all of a sudden the bus driver kind of screams, and I poke my head around down the aisle, and sure enough there's a semi-truck coming this way, and the initial collision happens and everything's sort of black.
Devastating news from Canadian officials. The Humboldt Broncos junior hockey team from Saskatchewan was involved in a serious accident when a semi-trailer truck broadsided the team bus, killing at least 15.
I don't remember how much long after I gained consciousness, but I remember kind of sitting up with my back against the semi-truck, kind of looking around at all the mayhem, trying to collect my thoughts, trying to understand what just happened, and seeing, teammates and debris and all this stuff around me. My first instinct was just to get up. That's all I could repeat in my head was just get up. So I go to move, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm not moving. I'm stuck under something. So I go to look at my legs, and they're just not moving, and there's nothing on top of them. All the rehab, the surgeries, all the things I had to go through. There have been times where I was immobilized. I couldn't move unless a nurse brought in a giant crane and lifted me out of bed just to get into a wheelchair to go do therapy. It's something that I've experienced and I'm still trying to work through. But I feel like if you can overcome that, if you can get past the little challenges every day, it's something as simple as getting out of bed every day. That's what I had to learn in the hospital.
As parents, it's heartbreaking. It's just, the whole thing was heartbreaking anyway, but just to try and see your child struggle to do the simplest task, that was hard. But he proved me wrong. He proved everybody wrong.
So things like that weigh down on you as like, oh, I can't do this. I can't. And as soon as you make a statement, that's the end. That's what your mind's gonna think. But if you leave it open, if you leave it like a question, how can I do this? I'm gonna do this, sort of positive talk to yourself. That's when you obtain the highest goals. And just around the same time, Canada lost in the Paralympics to the Americans.
Yeah, he woke up, he's all groggy, and he looked and he goes, hey Dad, hey Mom, hey buddy. And he kind of went in and out a little bit, and then he goes, who won the Olympics in sled hockey? Canada lost 2-1 to the States. Huh. And then he goes, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play sled hockey and try and win Canada the gold. And I looked at Michelle, and then I looked at him. I went, okay, it starts today.
There's so many avenues you can take, and there's so many people that just kind of curl up and decide to give up. But I think no matter if you're still breathing, you still have an opportunity to get a chance back at life in whatever avenue you want to go down. So for me, hockey was always a safe haven. And I knew that's where I wanted to be, was on the rink. It's the most equalizing opportunity for everyone out there. And again, at the end of the day, it's just about having fun. I knew I wanted to play sled hockey, and I knew I wanted to crack a spot on the Paralympic team. Sled hockey is just hockey, but played in a different style. There's the same amount of players, same rules. The only difference is you can't really trip someone that's already sitting. So once you understand how aggressive and hard the sport is and how fun it can be, I think then they'll start having an appreciation for it. That's how we can grow the game. And part of my goal, aside from rehab and trying to crack a Paralympic team, is to grow the sport as well. But as soon as you get into the sled hockey community, everyone has their own story. There's amputees, there's paras, there's people with CP, cerebral palsy. And for them to be all on the ice in the same arena, playing the same game, being all equal out there, really the only disability you can have is a bad attitude.
As soon as Ryan got on that ice, the smile, it was like he was reborn again.
It's difficult to get into sled hockey. It's one of the hardest things because even after my accident, I had no idea where to start. I was lucky enough to have my coach and mentor, Chris Cedarstrand, who played on the national team, live around where I live. And he, was helpful right away from the start. I think hockey teaches you every life lesson available. It's about perseverance, leadership qualities, how you interact with your teammates, how strong your willpower is, things you can sort of apply to regular life and outside of hockey, school, work, whatever it is, you can apply those qualities that you learn from hockey and being a good person in the community as well. Learning to handle yourself professionally at a young age, learning how to handle adversity, how to not get in your own head when you're down a couple goals. It's just about teaching you those life lessons that'll get carried on through generations, passing it down.
臭小子，别再抱怨自己个子生得比别人瘦小，别再抱怨自己学冰球比别人晚。你出生的时候四肢健全，健健康康，现在在冰球场上跌倒了能爬起来，这已经是天大的优势了。记住教练告诉你们的体育运动应有的精神 Have fun and try your best.